trip to Star Labs, we uncovered the art of spin bowling.
Got him! There it is! Wicket number 700!
With the help of some of its biggest exponents. This time, we take a bite out of another vital aspect of our favorite sport. We take a closer look at the fuel required to propel our favorite cricketers as we break down the all-important diet.
Training, I personally feel it's 30% maybe or even less. I feel it's the eating habits that really contributes to having a fit regime.
Anything I ate was had twice the effect on my body than anyone else. And I understood after a while it's hampering my game, it's hampering my cricket. And it can only come from within. I can tell someone you're not looking fit, you're looking fat, you need to do something about it. But if the person is not convinced, it will never happen.
Between 1970 and 1999, the number of playing days that a cricketer had to do has increased by 280%, which means nutrition, recovery, an adequate part of everything. It's the most important thing. He has to balance his body, he has to make sure that everything falls in line.
Explosive power, speed, agility, superhuman strength and quick recovery. In a marathon sport like cricket, these attributes are a must. And they're all influenced by the fuel that drives the athlete, the diet of a champion.
See, the nutrition is one of the most important aspects of cricketers' physical conditioning. It's like a fuel in a race car. You can have the strongest of the engines, but if you don't have the fuel, the car won't run. Nutrition plays the same part. How the cricketer is getting adapted to the training stimulus, how cricketer is recovering and how fast he is recovering from the training or practice sessions, and ultimately how he is performing in the match depends on what he is eating, how much he is eating, how frequently he is eating, and along with eating, what kind of fluid intake he has.
Given the uncertain nature of the sport, the energy required by a cricketer to play a match varies. As a result, chalking down the optimal diet is complicated.
It's extremely difficult for a cricketer to even plan what to eat because he doesn't know what his daily workload is going to be. He could be in the change room for 3 days or he could be out on the field for 3 days. He doesn't know if he's going to score a duck or he's going to score 100, which is what makes cricket such a difficult sport to understand the nutritional requirements for and the nutritional demands for.
I feel what's important is what you are eating at what point of time. We have all the people say breakfast is very important, which I feel is the most important meal of the day, followed by what you're having in the lunch period. And most important when it comes to being fit is the night food, the dinner, which you should try to have slightly early.
Typically, food is divided into 3 macronutrients: proteins, carbs, and fat. Key structural components of our food. These macronutrients are a vital source of energy. Each of these macronutrients comes into play on game day when a cricketer takes the field.
The first one is carbs. And the reason why carbs are so important is because it's your muscle glycogen. It's what the refueling is going on through that. So all the energy you expend gets refueled through carbohydrate.
I try and change players to more of complex carbohydrates rather than simple. The difference is there's something called simple sugars, where the sugar goes in very fast in your body, and then you have fluctuating levels of sugar which affect brain calmness. So for example, when I'm working with Robin and he has to bat, his mind has to be very calm. At the same time, I've got to give him energy to fuel his muscles, but I shouldn't give him so much of carbohydrates that he becomes fatter.
The next is proteins, and proteins help synthesize the muscles and help it repair, rejuvenate and repair. So protein is the building blocks of proteins are amino acids, and this is what helps an athlete recover from the day's workload. And the third macronutrient is fats. And everyone thinks fats is the bad guy in the system, but he actually isn't. Fats is what helps maintain the body's hormonal balance, what helps you recover. It's a higher source of energy. It's actually the good guy. And the athlete who gets the balance right between these 3 will become more athletic, will be able to perform faster. And I think the best example of that is the Indian captain Virat Kohli. He's doing a fantastic job in performing in all formats and maintaining a good physique.
So in terms of carbohydrates, we try to match around 8 grams per kg of body weight of an athlete or a cricketer. In protein, we try to go slightly over the ideal recommendation of 1.5 grams per kg of body weight. We try to go up to 1.8 or 2 grams in cases of during the test matches also. And the remaining is through the good fats like the dry fruits or avocado and olive oils and fish oils and stuff like that.
Despite the uncertainty surrounding their exact dietary requirements, world-class cricketers are particular about fueling up before a match.
Like any sport, cricketers are no different in the sense that they expend a lot more energy in preparation for the match as opposed to in competition. If you look at they expend about 650 kilojoules of energy per hour during test matches. Okay, and if you look at ODIs as a comparison, that goes to about 2,500 kilojoules per hour that they're expending. And the difference between this is the intensity at which they're working. And the intensity at which they're working will determine how they fuel.
So what we do is we prepare an entire nutrition chart for the team, which considers the all-day menu during practice and matches, the lunch, the breakfast. If we are going to play test matches, then it also takes into consideration the meal at tea time and the after-match meal. These 5 areas we cover, and we provide different varieties for different food groups. And we send this across to the chefs and the caterers at least 1 week before we reach there. At the point of our arrival, we have a meeting with the chef and see what they can provide based on the options that we have given, and then we come up with the day-to-day nutrition plan.
Another vital aspect of cricketers' diet are the fluids that help them combat stern playing conditions.
A male cricketer who is playing in 27 degrees of Celsius, right, stands to lose almost 4.3% of body weight over a 2-hour period if he doesn't hydrate himself correctly. So this is the importance of hydration. A drop in 2% body weight could impact your performance by greater than 10%. And we in India know that it's far hotter than that. So this is important of hydration in temperatures like this.
We try to avoid a situation where a player is dehydrated and is deficient in the minerals such as calcium, potassium, sodium and magnesium, so that he never reaches a point where he can cramps. We also ensure that he has ingested enough carbohydrates and proteins, and he is well hydrated, and his body temperature is at the base level before he enters the field under the sun.
So sometimes, a cricketer misses the ball. He's played that stroke 1,000 times. I ask this question: could you have been dehydrated? Could you have lost a significant amount of salts at 99 runs? And therefore that fraction of a second, the way your muscles responded to your brain was a millisecond slower, and the ball cuts to the first slip. So elements of hydration can bring about greater mental focus for a batsman as well as a bowler.
When it comes to fueling up for a game, cricketers are very particular. Like other athletes, they have to ensure their bodies are properly nourished so that come game day, they deliver optimal performances.